Here we have the Mercedes Benz EQC, a 400 horsepower yet practical family SUV. In this video, we're going to take a full in-depth look at the EQC, then I'm going to take it out for a drive and give you my thoughts. The EQC's design is heavily based on the popular and great looking GLC, but it's been electrified and given some bold, unique styling. At the front we have the signature Mercedes Benz EQ gloss black grille. Then along the side we have the sporty GLC style SUV shape. Now, these lights here are absolutely stunning. If you look close, you can see there's blue beams pulsing through here. It really adds to that EV look. On the inside of the door here, we also have the EQC badge, which illuminates up as you enter the car. Another nice touch. And of course, we also have to mention these wheels. I am a huge fan of these wheels. It's like a traditional diamond cut AMG line wheel, but it's also got this nice black bit. It just kind of gives it that extra flair, possibly making it a little bit more unique as an electric car. Then at the back here, we have one of my favorite features and something you see on all the Mercedes Benz EQ cars. It is the big red light strip, which runs all the way along the back of the car. There's lots of lovely curves and details all around the car. Right, now it's time to talk about interior, and I have to say, this is a lovely place to be. Interestingly, for a car like this, the cockpit actually feels quite driver orientated. There's kind of a curve here and it kind of faces everything towards the driver, so it really feels like a driver focused car. Everything in the interior feels lovely to touch. This is like a leather with stitching here. Got this lovely kind of soft touch door material, and there's this fantastic design here on the doors. It's kind of like a sort of vent or grating, and then it goes all the way around underneath the windscreen. It just gives this really nice kind of circular futuristic look to the car. And of course, it wouldn't be an EV without some ambient lighting, so we've got nice ambient lighting down these curves here. We've got it in the doors. I think there's a strip along here. Hopefully you can see it all in the video. It looks great in here. It just feels so futuristic, so luxurious. It's just a really nice place to be. You also, of course, get the new Mercedes MBUX, which is an awesome system, one of the best systems you can get on the market. It's fast, it's snappy, but there's also some special EQ menus, which I'm going to show you later in this video. To be honest, guys, the best way to describe this interior is a combination of the old C-Class, like my C43, and the new A-Class, like my CLA 45S. I mean, you've got the new A-Class dual screens here, and then in the middle, you've got the nice curved center console from the old C43 and the old generation C-Class. And actually, combined, it looks pretty cool. Sitting in the back of the car now, I've got loads of headroom, plenty of leg space. Oh, it's actually really comfortable back here. I could definitely spend a lot of time in the back of this car. Now, as a family-sized SUV, you also get a pretty decent-sized boot as we lift it up here, electronically, of course. You also get additional storage here, so if you pull this up, you've got some additional storage down there. And by a flick of the switch, here and here, the seats just jump straight down and you get a fully flat surface. Yep, there's lots of space back here. and you can go fully flat. So if you wanted to transport some large items like furniture, all your friends are going to be asking to borrow this car. The EQC has an 80 kilowatt battery which powers 2 individual motors at each axle for the Mercedes Benz 4MATIC system. This gives us a whopping 403 horsepower and an even more impressive 760 Newton meters of torque. This translates to 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Now of course this car does weigh a hefty 2.5 tons, but the instant power from the electric motors makes this car feel incredibly fast when you put your foot down. I'll show you just how fast this car is later in this video when we take it for a spin. For range, I've managed to get 200 to 250 miles from a full charge, which really is not bad at all when you think about how heavy this car is and how much power it puts out. Charging the car is super easy. A standard 5 kilowatt rapid charging station will charge the battery from 10% to 100% in under 2 hours, while the faster 350 kilowatt will do it in just 1 hour. Charging at home on a fully fitted pulse charger will take around 11 hours, while a standard 220 volt home plug socket is going to take 24 hours. One really cool feature I want to show you guys is in the EQ menu. So at the top here we've got search for charge stations. So if we click that, what it does is it gives you a list of all the nearest charge stations. So if you're running low on battery and you need to charge, all you do is just come down this list, select one here, and it brings up this menu here, press this button, and the sat nav will direct you straight to that charge station. How useful is that? Before we continue with the review, I just want to say a huge thank you to LSH Auto and Mercedes Benz of Birmingham for letting me borrow the EQC to film and review and test as our family car. If you're interested in buying an EQC, they have a huge range right now of approved used EQCs, and it's available with a special £2,100 finance deposit contribution. Guys, now is the perfect time if you want to buy an EQC and save lots of money. And if you buy one here, you'll also get the great peace of mind of a Mercedes Benz approved used 1-year warranty. Now let's get back to reviewing the EQC. Okay, so driving the EQC. We'll start off first with comfort. The car is super comfortable, love these seats. The power delivery from the electric engine is super smooth unless you put your foot down. And then you get immediately that 750 Newton meters of torque. It jumps you right back in your seats. Yeah, it's pretty much what you'd expect from an electric car, but you know, this is a SUV, this is a family orientated car. It's about 2.3 tons, so it's very heavy, but it's got so much instant power from the electric motor that it still feels incredibly fast. But yeah, it's a super capable car. What we're going to do is I'm going to take you through some roundabouts here in lovely Milton Keynes, and we're going to see how the car handles, and we can talk a little bit about the power as well. But firstly, on the comfort side of things, the car's very comfortable, very easy to drive. My wife absolutely loves driving it. Yeah. But what we'll do, we'll get around this roundabout here, we'll go through the drive modes, I'll talk you through how it feels in each drive mode and just how fast the car is. And then also as well, we'll talk specifically about handling, because that's something I really want to talk about in this car. So here we are, we're just cruising here on a dual carriageway and it's whisper quiet. Obviously we've got a little bit of road noise. You do hear road noise more in an electric car, but it's super comfortable, guys. If you're looking for something that's just a cruiser that will get you from A to B with a decent amount of range, I mean, this car is fantastic. It's great practicality for the family as well in the back, lots of space in the boot. But I know what you guys are interested in. You want to hear how it properly handles and how it properly drives. Because obviously I own an AMG, so I'm all about the handling and the performance. So we'll start in comfort mode here and we'll go a little bit quicker. That power is just so rapid and so silent. Before you know it, you look down and you've got to slow down because this thing is quick. But the instant power is great because it can get you out of some sticky situations. So if you suddenly needed to accelerate, if someone was pulling out in front of you or something, you can zoom past them. So that to me makes the car quite safe, but obviously as well, with great power comes great responsibility. Sometimes there's going to be situations where you are going to be going too fast and you don't realize it. Right, so now let's try the different drive modes. So currently we're in comfort mode. So if we flip it down here into sport mode, throttle response is a little bit more happy, not too much though. The steering still feels quite loose. To me, the sport mode doesn't feel too different to the comfort mode. I can feel the suspension's a bit more stiffer. We just do some turns here. The steering's a little bit harder, but I'm a little bit disappointed. It's not very sporty really, and it's not a huge change. I mean, the car is incredibly quick, don't get me wrong, but yeah, the sports mode, it doesn't change it too much. But what happens if we go down into eco mode now? So this is eco mode. There's actually two eco modes in this car. There's the standard eco mode, and then there's the eco maximum range mode, which is when you're in a real, when you're really having to get to a charge point. So yeah, immediately I did feel a reduction in the power. We'll find out now when we accelerate off this roundabout here. Oh, that's really interesting. The throttle has completely changed. It almost feels like there's something stopping me pushing it down. It's much stiffer. I guess that's to prevent you driving too fast and applying too much power. So the drive mode not only reduces power, it also reduces driver input. Yeah. To get the car to accelerate really hard and pull me back, I have to press the accelerator so hard. The best way to describe it is the accelerator pedal now feels a similar pressure to the brake. So it's adding that much to it, and I guess that's to really help you not accelerate too hard and really keep the power down low so you can get as much range as possible. I suppose that's a really good thing actually, but there's different. I definitely didn't experience that in the EQE. That was just a reduction in power. So this is perhaps a little bit more sophisticated, at least on the physical driver input. Right, let's put it back into sport now, and let's see if we can really test out the handling of this car. Right away, the steering does feel quite numb. It's not bad, the car handles really well, it's super easy, it's direct, but if you're looking for a car with really fun dynamic steering where you feel really engaged with the road, this is not the car. But I don't really think that's the purpose of this car. I think the sort of person that would want to drive this car, you'd have it as a family car, and really you'd probably want nice, comfortable, soft steering. I guess this is where the electric cars can be a little bit confusing, because you get these electric cars with like 400 horsepower and they're super quick in a straight line like that. But usually when you have a car with 400 horsepower, usually it's a performance model car, which means it's also had performance steering, a performance chassis, everything has been built for speed, whereas this car is built purely for comfort, but it's also really fast. So you find yourself having really hard acceleration and really fast speed, but the car's not really necessarily built for that. So you have to be careful when going around bends, because you haven't got that dynamic, really direct, tight steering. So, but then again, it is really handy having that additional speed. So I think word to warning, if you're looking at buying an EQC because it's got 400 horsepower and you're looking for something really fast and fun, you've got the speed, but remember, the car is built for comfort. So it's not going to be like driving, say, a 400 horsepower CLA 45 or a C43 or something like that. I know they're not quite 400, but they're close. Those cars are on another level to this because they just handle, and the steering is so direct. But hey, if you're a family and you're looking for a really nice, luxurious car, then this is a fantastic choice. And yeah, it is fast and it is fun, just not as fun as a car that is purely built for speed. I think the sweet spot really is having one of these as a family car. You can throw it around a little bit, you can have some fun, but ultimately, if you own this and you're a performance enthusiast, you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to want a second car that you can really go out on the weekend or whenever you're on your own and have some fun, and actually jump in between the two would be so much fun. But hey, that's what I think about this car. Let's now give the keys to my wife and see what she thinks. So here we are with Becky driving the car.
Hi!
So Becky has been driving this car quite a bit this weekend because she really likes it.
Yes,
so I thought,
good.
rather than her first impression drive, this is more her little mini review of how she's been finding the car. So, how have you found it?
I've really enjoyed driving this car. Yeah, I really have. On the whole, I like the EV experience. I like the size of this car. It's definitely a practical family car. And it just comes down to the little things that you maybe don't always think about. You know, just even like just the size of the doors, you know, they're not like massive, heavy doors that you're worried about taking up a lot of space and you're trying to get little ones in and out.
It's been really good, hasn't it, for a family with Amelia?
It's been really good with Amelia. She's really enjoyed it. It's been really easy to get her in and out. That little step. She likes to climb up into the car.
I'll tell you what, actually, we're just about to go on a road here. I'm going to put it into sports mode, and you're going to accelerate, and you tell me how it is.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me get over the roundabout first.
Yeah, that's fine. Just accelerate when you're ready, and then you tell me how it feels and how fast it is.
Okay.
Okay. I had to catch your phone.
That was fun. That was only a tap.
So overall, after spending a good amount of time using the EQC as our main family car, I'm really impressed. Now, it's not the most dynamic and engaging drive, but as a luxury family car, it really is a pleasure to drive and take on both short and long journeys. It has fantastic comfort for long drives, great power for a bit of fun, stunning futuristic looks, and it covers an impressive range and an easy to use charging system. Now, it does lack the dynamic handling and feedback that you may expect from a 400 horsepower car, but if you're looking for a comfortable family cruiser, you're going to welcome the light steering, and to be honest, it's so easy to drive.